To me, everyone in this class deserves an A. But it's only 2 teams that we can have. So I hope we make it work, that we are a good team together. So here are the results. The project with the second highest votes was the gallery wall in here. So that's one of the finalists over here. The last finalist is the trilogy, the procession frames.
I was very nervous about getting there early, and the experience from the moment that they began to lay the block. Got off on a rough start. I didn't have, the proper dimensions, and they taught me some valuable lessons about, they need more concrete measurements like end to end. But then from that, it's been very good, it's been very fun.
Today, on our first day of the job site, has been a really hectic time, especially since it's so hot outside. We've been running around a lot, and it's been a bit of a mess to try to figure out what needs to go where, but we've been able to figure it out.
Nothing really goes quite as planned. It's been like a little bit hectic, but everyone's been really good about, holding it down for others when someone needs to step out, cut, and communication has been pretty good so far.
As a union bricklayer, it's good to show the architects of the future what the craft involves. A lot of them have been trending away from masonry, not realizing all the benefits of masonry as structural, aesthetics. So this is a good way to bring the architects to learn about brickwork.
I think it's important for architecture students to have hands-on experience, because when it comes to building something, it's a lot different from designing it on a computer. Like, you could design a floor plan, you can make a 3D model on the computer, but at times it doesn't match up with what's realistic in real life. So that's why it's so important we get them on the job site and we coordinate with each other.
I spoke about before, like, it's different, to draw something and then you actually see it get built, but being on the site and seeing, how they actually rake the mortar lines, or, we'll draw reinforcing the way like we ideally would imagine it, but on site, one mason is like, I think I'm just gonna bend it like this, and then the other one has it completely different in like another column, and they both work. Like, the collaborative spirit is just way more, it's like so energizing.
I was surprised at how quickly the masons got the first few courses done. I thought they would take a lot longer, and they were actually taking a lot longer on the smaller courses on the top when our frame broke apart. So it was kind of interesting to see how much easier it was to lay a standard brick course or like a brick wall rather than like special openings.
I just think that the architecture students got a taste of what we deal with in the day-to-day. They got to cut the blocks, they got to make them, the measurements, they had to know exactly what to do to make everything line up and work out. There's not many differences from what we did today here and out in the field.
I think that architecture students should have experience in all aspects of construction, because if they're spending their whole career sitting behind a desk and a computer and they're not actually seeing what's being built, then they're never going to fully understand it. And I think that it goes both ways. Like, I think that construction workers should have an idea of what, how to read floor plans and stuff like that. I think that it makes a better builder to understand what's being designed, and a better designer to understand what's being built.
You can't plan so much ahead. Some things you just see like unfold in front of you.
I think it's been interesting to see their process on how the bricklayers are doing the mortar and everything, because when we made our mortar model, we were so slow at it. And it's just really interesting to see how much experience they have and how quickly they can get through everything. Ever since the first few pinups, they've always been a bit worried about if my project would even be feasible in 2 days. They've always been really worried about the brick, but maybe if they see it in real life, then they'll get the aesthetic appreciation for it.
Getting selected and having the groups, consolidated and seeing the project get built Me and my group mates are incredibly excited and just like super fulfilled seeing it like materialize. My confidence is in the fact that we are satisfied and we are in love with the project we built.